What today? Guys, please tell me that you are able to join me on this stream and everything is okay. I don't know what the hell that was about. Because it shows that my speed is fine. I don't understand why on Streamlabs I even tried going back in and the signal was just completely jumping and I couldn't get a good connection. So can you guys see me on here? I see there's 2 people in the chat, but I don't see any comments yet. So please comment if you are here. Very strange that it would do that. Am I still having issues? Can you guys see me okay? Can you hear me okay? Because on my end, see here it looks fine, but maybe it's still buffering. Okay, I see a comment from David. Hi, Alina. Hello, David. I see a comment from Bruno. Hi, good. Okay, that's good news. Okay, I see 14 people in here. Can see you and hear you. Okay, that's good. Well, what the hell? That is so strange. Why is it working fine on here, but Streamlabs just completely stopped working? That is really weird. It's fine now. Is it so difficult? Is it so difficult to build a normal streaming service nowadays? It's like Prism was basically unusable for me, and now Streamlabs is giving me issues. YouTube is the only one that overall consistently works, but their damn quality is really not great. So you can't frickin' win them all. That is disappointing. Okay, I see Sanjay, I see Jonathan, Pearl Jam Black, Desire, Elliot. So much better. Okay, good. All right, well, I guess this is what it is, guys. Yeah, we're just gonna have to stream on here with YouTube. Maybe I will try can't think right now. My brain is all muddled with all this stuff. Maybe I'll try Streamlabs again another time, but I really don't like all these disruptions. Like with all these streaming services, I keep, having one thing or other go wrong, and YouTube's like the only one where at least it consistently works overall. So I might have to just stick with this. So, okay, well, to continue onwards, I'm sad that we lost quite a few people. There's only like 30 in here. I wonder if I might, because I didn't fully end that other stream. Maybe I should have ended it. Guys, hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. All right. I ended the other stream, so hopefully that will let other people know that we're now at this one. So I apologize, guys. I'd like these to just go smoothly, but that just doesn't seem to be working out for us, unfortunately. But hopefully now it will be consistent. Let me flip the camera here and show you this big intersection that we have in Omotesando area. It's actually quite nice at night, this area. Go across the street here. There we are. Omotesando Station. Does anybody want to take a guess at how many subway stations there are in Tokyo? Like how many stations combined with all the different lines? Take a guess. in the comments, and I will let you know if you are in the ballpark. Maxime says 120. You are quite far off. 80. Ali, cool, very far off. Ariel, 700. Getting closer. Getting closer. And this is in the Metro Tokyo area. I guess I should say in the Metro Tokyo area. How many stations do you think there is? Catalan says 300. Sanjay says 60. Mars Bell says 1200. Closer. David says 70. Guys, there's a lot more than 100 stations in Tokyo, I can tell you that. Okay, Ali, 2000. Very close. Let's give the prize. Congratulations to Ali. Yes, it's around the 2000 mark. 2000 different stations in the Metro Tokyo area. I mean, it is the biggest city in the world in metro area, I think 37 million. So of course it is huge, but to think of the fact that there's that many places that you can get on and off the train, it still just blows my mind. So the public transportation is completely unmatched in Tokyo and Japan as a whole, because it really is amazing that you can go basically everywhere. There's almost nowhere in the whole country that isn't connected by rail. Even more remote places will have, some kind of train or some kind of transportation that will take you to that area that you don't have to drive yourself. And I think that's just so cool and so impressive. I wish more countries would have those kinds of services available. The pretty Gucci store, so nice. So yeah, let's walk a little bit more through Omotesando area, and then we're gonna weave back into Harajuku, and hopefully it will be a bit more busy. I think most things should open at 11 a.m. and we are getting closer to that time, so that is good. Thank you to my friend Henry for coming out. Glad to see the stream working again. Yes, me too. Thank you. It's sad. I thought I found a gem there with Streamlabs. It did have better quality, but if it has a jumping signal, that doesn't help anything. So we're back to YouTube. Somebody asked a good question. Ariel asks, have you always been traveling and how did you start? Well, I mean, I guess my first trip ever was from Ukraine to Canada when I actually moved. That was when I officially started traveling. But when I was in high school, I also went on some EF Tours trips. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but they're kind of like budget trips to Europe that go through the school, and because you're students they give you really good rates for everything. So I did some Europe trips through that. That was kind of my first travel experiences. And then when I was 15 years old, I had my first modeling contract to Tokyo, and I came here solo then. And yeah, basically ever since I've been traveling either for fun or for work, and now with YouTube it is my full-time job. So kind of funny that it started as a passion project but is now my full-time job. I feel incredibly blessed for that. Thank you very much to Jim Ross. Remember to smash the like button again. Much appreciated, Jim. Running. So these are the sort of back streets here of Omotesando area, which are also fun to go to. Of course, on the main streets is where you'll usually find the most expensive stores, you know, the big box sort of designer stores. But here on the side streets, I would really recommend you guys come to this area as well, because there's a lot more niche kind of brands and a lot more made in Japan kind of stuff. So definitely recommend exploring here. Doing a lot of construction in this area. And what else is really cool about this area is just like, look how green and lush it is, right? Like, we're in the middle of downtown, but they still have some parks and like trees in this area. It's pretty cool. For funsies, so at this salon, kind of a higher end place, a cut is starting from 65 Canadian dollars basically. It's 1 Canadian dollars to 100 Japanese yen, which would be about 50 US dollars. So in a way, that's actually a bit less expensive than in the big Canadian cities. Like if you went to Toronto or Vancouver and went to a downtown salon, I think nowadays it's like at least $80 for a haircut plus tax and tip. So technically, the salons are probably a bit more budget friendly here than even in Canada. Very nice. What is this actually? Almost kind of looks like a castle. Could it be a love hotel? I don't know what this is. I wouldn't think a love hotel would be in this area. That would be a bit weird. But let's see. Might be a really cute cafe or restaurant. Oh, or yeah. Oh, it's a church. It's an actual church. Never mind. Oops. Yeah, it's an actual cathedral, and yeah, people probably rent it to do weddings, party and events. See, it's this type of place. I always find it interesting that in Japan they will have just so many outfits for weddings. Like usually they'll do one traditional wedding, you know, with both of them in kimonos, and then some couples will choose to also do a Western sort of ceremony. But the guys here always wear white. That's another thing I've noticed, which is kind of different. Always love the fashion here. There's some some questions that I wanted to answer earlier. Ariel asks, do you still do modeling contracts? No, I am 32 years old, and that is geriatric for that industry, you could say. Although times are changing. Maybe, you know, 10 years ago, if you were 30 plus, the only kind of modeling stuff that you would ever get is like being a mom or something in some kind of ad. But it is changing, you know, which is nice, that especially in the North American market, you are getting more real models, you know, of all ages, if you can call it that, and seeing a lot more diversity in the modeling industry, which I think is great. So maybe actually, you know, maybe I could still model under certain markets, but here in Japan overall, no. Like usually they are looking for girls, basically like 16 to 20 for the international sort of contract. So that's obviously not my scene anymore, which is fine by me. I personally prefer YouTube. I was gonna answer another comment. Flip the camera. Robert asks, will you travel to Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, or Turkmenistan? It is beautiful through Central Asia. Well, you just described one of my top trips that I have been meaning to do for a very long time and will absolutely do it. I'm actually thinking that maybe next year would be the time that I go for it, because with traveling to that part of the world, it's usually best either this time of year, like springtime, or kind of late summer into fall. And because I've been traveling for basically 10 months now, and I'm honestly just needing a break from international travel, I'm probably going to be in Canada until the fall. So I wouldn't want to go to that area of the world in the winter. So I think Central Asia will be left until next year, but that is 100% a part of the world that I really, really, really want to go to. I think it would be very interesting. Let's flip your camera here. What's this dude doing? I have no idea where I am, guys. I'm just taking it through the back streets, but it's pretty hard to get lost in this area, I think. I do know this area fairly well once I get to a main street, so we will figure it out. But for now, I'm just gonna take you around some of these cute little shops. Ooh, is this Vivienne Westwood? I think it is. They are a very big fan of her here in Japan. Her fashion. Yeah, it is. Very nice. Oh my gosh, look at this cafe. I've never been here before. I'm so happy I went down here. I might have to come back. What is this cafe called? Paria? House-made gelato to go. Or the cake that they have here looks super good. And they have some beers on tap. Ooh la la. I may have to come back. That's the other nice thing about Omotesando is there are a lot of great places to eat here. Ali asks about the Central Asian countries. Is the war affecting them? Aren't those places near Russia? Yes, they are. And of course it is affecting them to a certain extent, primarily from all the people that have ran away from Russia. And it's the other post-Soviet countries where most of them have visa-free access and that most of them have gone to. So there's definitely a lot of Russians that are running from the war that are in those countries that are probably driving up prices. But outside of that, and outside of maybe, you know, food shortages that have affected a lot of parts of the world that used to get grain from Ukraine, that's another way that they may be affected. But other than that, as far as I know, I don't think there's really anything going on at this point. Harriet, Jim, and Yuki asked, any touring plans in Canada? Great question. Let's go down here for a minute and then we'll come back and go to Harajuku. Yes, for sure, a lot of plans. The first trip that I do right when I get back to Canada, I'm gonna keep a secret because it's actually a very special, never kind of done this sort of trip before that I will be doing. So make sure you follow me on Instagram to see the behind the scenes of that. Or by the time I finish my Japan content, I will of course be posting on YouTube about said trip. So I'm gonna keep it a secret for now what that trip is going to be. But after that, I will just be in Calgary for a while, kind of just catching up on editing, hanging out with my mom, just not going anywhere for a while, which I'm really looking forward to. But in early July, I have a road trip planned with my friend Lane, who I went to Vancouver Island with last year. We're going to be going to Yoho National Park in Alberta, which I don't think I've really ever gone to before, like the place where Emerald Lake is and a lot of really beautiful waterfalls. We have a really epic trip planned for early July. And then the end of July, I'm going to be spending about a week in Saskatchewan. Going to go visit my dad, which will be fun. And then into August, I will be making a trip to Toronto. So I am actually doing quite a bit of travel around Canada this trip, and at this point I don't quite know just how much time I'm gonna be there. Kind of depends on how things go, but I'm very excited to just be home for a little while. Rahul says Yoho is beautiful. Oh, amazing. If you have any suggestions, Rahul, please let me know. I'm very excited to go there. Let's see here, I'm gonna flip the camera and read your comments. Ariel says you could come here in Quebec and eat a real poutine. I would love that. I haven't had a proper poutine in probably over a year. That would be amazing. I love poutine. Very true, Jim Ross. It also amazes me that alleys in Asia can have such neat businesses opposed to North America, where usually alleys mean seedy 100%. It's like the alleys here are where you go to kind of get away from all of the crowds and find some really unique stores. It's definitely not sketchy as we have it in North America. I actually haven't walked down this street in a very long time, and yes, I am remembering correctly that this very unique building in front of us is a United Nations university. I don't quite know exactly what that means, other than this is probably a place where political majors go to study, especially if they have plans of working alongside the UN. But let's take a closer look here. Rahul says definitely check out Emerald Lake and Natural Bridge in Yoho. Okay, awesome. Thank you very much. I absolutely will. Let's see. It says, for the past 4 decades, the United Nations University has been a go-to think tank for impartial research on the pressing global problems of human survival, development, and welfare. With more than 400 researchers worldwide, we bring together world-renowned experts to develop realistic solutions to global issues. Well, that's cool. This would honestly be a very interesting place to go, I guess, if you were in that line of work. I don't know if they have other locations in other parts of the world. Very cool. All right, well, let's head back to Harajuku, because now there will probably be crowds of people and things will be open, but we can take some kind of back street ways to get there. Let's see. Lightning asks, have you tried Kobe beef in Japan? The beef is very fat. Yes, I think I've had Kobe. I've had Wagyu for sure. And I mean, it is good. Definitely it's good quality beef, but it really depends how you cook it. You know, it's just a preference of taste in that way. But I can't actually say for sure that I've had Kobe. I just know that for sure I've had Wagyu, but maybe I've had Kobe as well and didn't know it. Most of the food in general in Japan is of very high quality, so everything is good. It's very rare actually that I will be disappointed, you know, when going to a restaurant here. I actually never thought about that. Yeah, how many times have I been to a restaurant in North America and been disappointed? Quite a few, quite a few. And especially I'm disappointed because usually nowadays most meals in Canada are like a minimum of $15, $20, especially if you go to a nicer place and you spend like $50 to $100. To be disappointed when you've spent so much money, that really sucks. But here in Japan, not only are the, I'm going to show you guys something really quick. Not only is the food quality better, and I can't say I've really been to restaurants where I was just so disappointed with the food. I honestly can't even think of one. And second of all, it's not even that expensive. So win-win situation. So this I wanted to point out. Ridiculously expensive for what it is, but definitely worth a try. Pierre Hermé macarons. So freaking good. And strangely, I don't see this chain many other places, you know, internationally. So the fact that they have it here in Tokyo is super cool. You don't have to go all the way to Paris to try it. Way better than like Lottery and all the regular sort of macaron places. So highly recommend giving it a go. Ali asks, have you been to the Okonomiyaki house in Toronto? No, I have not. I had no idea that they even had one. Is it Hiroshima style Okonomiyaki though? Because now that I've had Hiroshima style, I can't go back. The regular kind of Okonomiyaki is just okay. I much prefer the Hiroshima style with noodles and all the other ingredients. It would be really cool if they had that. Thank you very much to Samuel. Thank you for the super chat. Nice to see you again. I helped you earlier with your test streams and now stream looks good. Thank you so much, Samuel. I really appreciate it. I don't know if you caught technically the start of my other stream that was on Streamlabs. That initially was great, but then all of a sudden just cut out and now we're back to YouTube. So sure, the quality isn't as good, but I'm glad it's still okay and still reasonable. Main thing is that it works. All right, well, I will definitely keep that in mind, the Okonomiyaki house in Toronto, because I will definitely miss Japanese food after I leave. Since I'm leaving in basically a couple of days, I've been trying to really try all my favorite foods that they have here, all the things that I know I'm greatly going to miss. But there's just so many. There's just so many foods that really can only be found in this kind of quality in Japan, and also the prices. I posted about this on my Instagram, how yesterday I found a really good soba place for like $5, and I'm just like, this is never going to be possible in Canada. Like, it's just not. I'm going to be back to paying, yeah, minimum $15 to eat a food court meal. So tragic. All right, we're going back on the back streets. Back on the back streets. Aw. Thank you very much to Magic for your comment. Thanks for advertising Japan on behalf of Japanese people. Your content is always great. Thank you so much. My pleasure. I would not be advertising it so much if it wasn't so phenomenal, but it is. Truly one of the best countries that I have ever been to. Jim says, Japan is really the only Asian country where beef is readily available. I've received dirty looks for saying Japanese beef is better than Alberta beef. Shouldn't say that and live in cattle country. Well, I'm glad you're aware of it. Yeah, definitely don't say that around any farmers. But it is true. It probably is better here. It is true. See, this part of Omotesando looks new to me. I don't remember this. So we're experiencing this for the first time together, guys. No, this was not here. This was not here the last time that I was in Tokyo. What? That's awesome though. How cool is this? It's kind of like a boardwalk with shops on the bottom, middle, and top. Kind of like its own shopping district. And here they have some more traditional kinds of sweets, I think here. Or no, they do have regular kind of like cakes and pies, though with the twist. Mochi sandwich pork floss cake? What? I'm a little bit confused with that one. That's a bit odd, but okay. Egg yolk pie. I think it probably would taste better than it sounds because they look really good in the pictures, but interesting. Could be worth trying. Oh my gosh, look at the store. Oh my teeth. What does that mean? Interesting. Oh, we're back to the castle, guys. Look. Oh, and there's a wedding taking place. What? So cool. Kawaii. Kirei. That's actually a nice church. That is a nice church. All right, so this part I do know, but that was a nice little discovery. I did not know about this place. Very cool. Nice question from Mr. HTL. Will your dad be visiting Japan? I like the dynamic between you and him in your videos. Travel with friends, family as much as you can, guys. I loved my trip to Japan. I will definitely be back soon. Well, thank you so much for your comment. And no, my dad won't be coming with me to Japan on this trip because I'm about to leave, but hopefully in the future he will. And also my dad has been to Japan when I was modeling here when I was 17. He came to visit me, I think for 2 or 3 weeks. Had such a fun time. We went to Kyoto as well. And as far as cities go, he was so impressed with Tokyo. Because, you know, he's not a big city person. And initially I was worried about having him come here because I had castings Monday through Friday, so he had to kind of wander around by himself and figure things out by himself before the invention of Google Maps and all that kind of stuff, and he made out fine. Like, he figured it out. So yeah, he really enjoyed his time here, so I would love to take him here again. And also my mom, I know my mom would love Tokyo so much. So I would love to take her here because she hasn't been here yet. So yeah, your dad is so sweet and great and very honest. That he is. That's a great description for him. Aw. Telltale, I think I'm pronouncing that right. I had lived in Jingumai 40 years ago. This street reminds me of my bitter but sweet youth. Well, I'm very glad. I'll flip the camera for you and you can have more of a closer look as we make our way to Harajuku again. So much construction going on here though. So many different things being built. This store looks really cool. John Bull. Ooh. They have some denim that's made here in Japan. I don't know if you guys remember the video that I did about the place right outside of Okayama called Kurishiki, but that area is especially renowned for denim, I later learned, and it's supposed to make some of the best denim in the world, that even some of the top designer fashion houses, they all get their denim for their jeans from Kurishiki. Let's go around this way. Jim says nothing better than discovering gems a couple days before you have to leave and don't really get to experience. Yeah, that's sadly how it goes. This place is interesting too. I love these streets so much. I don't know what this is. Might be a homeware kind of store. Origami exhibition, that would be cool. Very interesting. Aw, thank you very much to Common Sense is Dead. Thank you very much from Ontario, Canada. Very sweet of you. Aw. Thank you very much to Lightning for the super chat. Just to let you know that Vietnamese don't eat regular rice for breakfast. They only eat broken rice and sticky rice, which is good for breakfast. Thank you very much. In Vietnam, I feel like I had a lot of pho though. I didn't actually see that many rice dishes, but maybe I just wasn't going to the right place. Interesting, but thank you so much for the super chat. Oh, this is interesting. So, see here in Omotesando is what I was talking about, where they have a lot of really interesting vintage stores. So as you can see, that's, I think, a Chanel suit, different jackets. There's a lot of actually vintage Chanel stores in general, like ones where they have just Chanel bags. So if that's what floats your boat, this would probably be a good place to go to. Though, of course, you are going to pay a pretty penny. That bag that's not even leather right there is $1,000. So, quite a bit. That one's really nice. I really like the classic flap. Very nice. My pleasure, Rodrigo. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're learning English through my channel. Mr. asks, are you a big sushi ramen person? Any recommendations on places to try that? 100% I am. Oh, but off of the top of my head, gosh, I can't think of all the different places. What I actually want to develop sometime for you guys is like a Google Maps of all my favorite places in different cities, and be able to send you all of my recommendations, because off the top of my head, because you know some of the names are more Japanese and I don't know the pronunciation and can't remember them right now, but send me a DM on Instagram if you're on there and I can send you some recommendations, because of course there are so many great ramen and sushi places here. So we are back on the main Omotesando Avenue. That is Omotesando Hills across from us. We got the Louis Vuitton store on this side. Somebody fully decked out in Louis Vuitton. How do you guys feel about that kind of stuff? Actually, question. I'm up for people obviously expressing themselves through their fashion however they like, but I feel like it is a little strange to like wear designer, like just like the logo, like head to foot, like all like Louis Vuitton or Gucci. It's a bit much for me. I don't think I would ever wear something like that, but you know, some people love it and it's a very eccentric sort of look. So would you guys ever wear that? Let's say if you didn't have to pay for it. You don't have to pay for it, but would you wear that in public? Thank you so much to Rahul, as always. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thoroughly enjoyed your Japan content. It is truly unique from the rest. Safe travels back to Canada. Thank you so much, Rahul. Thank you for coming out as always. Really appreciate it. And thank you for the suggestions of Yoho National Park. I'm very excited to be going there. But I will still have how many? I will have 5 more videos on Japan. Still have 5 more videos to go. So still will have a month of this amazing country and content. So thank you so much as always, Rahul. looks like the consensus is most people would not wear that many designer logo labels. Some would. Interesting. Rob says, surprised about how wide the sidewalks are on the main streets. Yes, I agree that in many parts of Tokyo, you will see some very narrow sidewalks, but at least they even have sidewalks. After Southeast Asia, I will not take a sidewalk for granted. Even a little sidewalk is better than no sidewalk. So yeah, in Tokyo it can really range, but overall I would say if you are in the main district, yeah, the sidewalks are very, very spacious, which is great. But I guess that you have to take into consideration of just, you know, what the flow of people is going to be. And there's a huge, you know, population here. And also the majority of them either walk or take public transit. So you really would need really wide sidewalks for that kind of traffic. So, yeah. It's nice right now because, yeah, it's still not at all that busy. Probably afternoon it's going to get a lot busier, but for now it's not too bad. Jim says, I don't talk about my designer brand is Wrangler, not the same. Well, I mean, it's a designer, right? Doesn't cost $1,000, but it is designer in the farmer world, I guess you could say, so that's great. I don't care about the label, it just seems tacky. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting because it's like, I understand that if you're really a big fan of a certain brand and you kind of, you know, want to let people know you're a fan, I guess that's one way to do it. But obviously a lot of people, I think they do spend the premium on designer goods to basically try and show that, oh, I'm wealthy, I can afford these kinds of things. It's very much a status symbol. And in that regard, it's kind of sad because I really do wonder, do they actually like this piece? Like, do they think the quality is actually so much better than a mid-range brand? And they're willing to spend, you know, 10 times the price just to have it. So if you love it, if you absolutely love the fashion and you truly do feel like the quality is that much better and it's worth it to you, like, go ham. You know, I'm not going to tell people what to do with their money, but I think it is unfortunate when people don't have a passion for the brands and are just doing it for status and to try and appear a certain way. That makes me a bit sad because I'm like, well, you're really wasting your money and you're not even enjoying it. Like, you could do so many other better things, in my opinion, with that money. But not my thing to tell people what to do. Joe Quinn says, wonder why there's not many motorcycles in Japan. I understand people walk, but yeah, I mean, well, there's one right there, right? They're almost more like scooters usually that are used for food delivery. And even the mail is usually used to deliver by scooter. So they do have those sorts of things. And then there's some people who are just like motorcycle fanatics and, you know, want to ride their bike everywhere. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I do like quite a few Chanel things, but that is so ugly. Why would you especially display that in the window? What the hell is that? Let's take a guess at how much that would cost. The little jumper thing, right? It's like a bathing suit with see-through shorts. I don't even know. I'm sorry, but that is 100% one of the ugliest outfits I have ever seen in my life. This is okay. This is nice. Like, that's a cute, you know, kind of tweed jacket that they're known for. That's fine. What the hell is that? That is so ugly. All right. Done judging designer clothes. But yeah, going back to motorcycles, there's not a lot. There's really not a lot because once again, the public transportation is better than anywhere else in the world. A lot of districts are incredibly walkable, and it would just be a hassle, you know, to find parking and to get around traffic. It is overall just so much easier to use the trains or to just walk. So that's probably why. But yes, John, you are correct. Japan is a major motorcycle manufacturer. Yes, it is. So obviously there are people who are interested in them, but I would almost think that maybe those people don't live right in Tokyo or don't really use their bike right in Tokyo. I would think that would actually be great for going to more nature, you know, areas, some of the more scenic winding roads in Japan. That would be a really cute place to take a motorbike on. Within Tokyo, I don't know, it might just be a bit of a hassle. Doug says, wonder if Itchy Boots would ever ride in Japan. That would be epic. I mean, probably her videos wouldn't be quite as exciting in the sense of there's no like, you know, gangs or anything like that, or like crazy border crossings that would happen here. It would probably be a very, you know, relaxed, well-paved road with beautiful views, but there probably wouldn't be anything that exciting or challenging that would be happening if she did do a video here. It's not exactly Central Africa or Mexico or something. But she's super talented. I think her channel is amazing. All right, let's go across the street here. And I want to show you guys the entrance to a super cool mall. Kind of here between the districts of Omotesando and Harajuku. Look at this. How cool. Actually, I'm gonna go up the escalator, why not? We can go up and then we can go down again. So this has been here for quite a while. This has probably been here for like 10 years. But look at the glass. So cool. Just almost looks like you're in a sort of kaleidoscope or something. And I think, I haven't actually been to the top of this mall in quite a while, but I think at the very top of it on the roof, there is a Starbucks, kind of like in a garden setting, and you can get an amazing view of kind of this main crossing. So that might be something to check out in this area. But yeah. So cool. All right. Another worthwhile mall to go to right across the street here is La Forêt. That has some very unique Japanese fashion in that mall. That is definitely worth checking out. I don't know. Borton says that he was denied entry into Burberry because you were wearing jeans. That's ridiculous. 100% somebody who's not dressed fancy is still you know, just as much of a potential customer as somebody dressed really fancy. I think most people who are actually extremely wealthy actually don't buy into the whole designer brand hype that much, because it's like they have nothing to prove. You know, like even, I guess Steve Jobs is an obvious example, or like Bill Gates, you know, like those kinds of people, they never wore anything that crazy, and yet they're extremely rich, and everybody knows that they don't have anything to prove. Guys, is there a comment, some kind of weird comment? I don't know if it was from over Rahul, over your name. There was something, some kind of message that is hidden. I don't know if I'm missing something. Let me know if I did. It's kind of weird. I've never had that happen before. Very odd. All right. Gonna come back. Oh, actually, what the hell? I think it's after 11 o'clock. Let's walk up through Takashita Street again and see if it's any busier. I was gonna go around the other way, but no, let's go take a look and see if it's all open and crazy now. Monty asks, would you rather live in Singapore or Japan? Great question. Gosh, I don't know, actually. It depends. Am I at the same financial level that I am right now or not? Okay, so see, it's happening again. So Rahul, for some reason, I see like you have commented something almost like a super chat, but then overwriting it says this message is being held for review. What is that? I don't know if you guys can see that in the chat, or like what's going on there. I've never had a message show up like that before. Very weird. Okay, well, moving on. So Singapore or Japan? Well, probably Japan. You know, even if I was actually a millionaire, like in a way, Singapore would be easier because English is much more, oh, see, actually, I don't know. In a way. Okay, but you guys, okay, we're just gonna figure out that whole comment thing first. So Rahul super chat I saw before for $55, right? But that was before. So now, yeah, I'm seeing like some kind of message, a pseudo super chat, and it's all jumbled on my end. I don't know why. It says this message is held for review. I've never had this kind of issue on YouTube. What is with all the streaming services today? What is going on? No messages from Rahul since his super chat. Yeah, maybe he already had it out, but yeah, no, I acknowledged his super chat before, so I find it strange that why is the same thing coming up, but then it also has the message not available kind of thing. That's weird. Weird. Okay. I think it's some kind of error with YouTube. Mercury retrograde. Let's blame it on Mercury retrograde. Look at this mozzarella cheese dog. That would be delicious. Okay, so I still haven't answered the question, Singapore or Japan. So hard, because if I had unlimited money, yeah, I love Singapore. It's truly a phenomenal city, and if money's no object, then great, then no problem. And they speak English. It would be so much easier, and is a central hub, extremely safe, extremely clean, all things I love. So I would love it. But it is a much smaller country, right? Like there is only so much you can really do in Singapore. It is more or less one big city. So in that way, to live in Japan would be way better because it's a much bigger country with so much more diversity and so much more to do. It's also very clean and safe, and it's also more budget friendly by far. So if I was still using my own money, then for sure I would rather live in Japan. It would be definitely better value for your money and would offer you much more diversity and experience. But the language barrier would be difficult. That would be the hardest part. If you were living here, I mean. You definitely have to learn Japanese. All right, so now things are opening up. Got a few more people walking around. David asks, will you visit Seychelles someday? I would love to. It looks like a very nice place to visit. I remember this store. Does it still have a pink airplane in it? I think it was Pink Latte that used to have a literal like half airplane within their store. It was super cool, but maybe they got rid of it. Ooh, that looks interesting. This is like some kind of, almost looks like a pancake sort of cookie thing with mochi and like some kind of whipped cream or something. I don't know what that is. Interesting. Got lots of daifoku. Happy socks. How nice. Oh my gosh, look at these shoes. Ah, that is wild. Would you wear these, guys? They would be so heavy, I think. Like that would be a good 5 pounds easily. This is like Spice Girl era kind of stuff. I remember I used to have like platform sandals because the Spice Girls wore platform sandals, but looks like they're back in style. Oh my gosh, look at these. Look at this. That is so cute. Amazing. Amazing. Definitely some unique fashion here. Strawberry fetish, strawberry specialty shop. What does that mean? Oh, I think it is just like fresh strawberries, but they're dipped in different things. That's cool. I might have to try that. Interesting. Oh, and they have strawberry and grape. That's cool. I don't think I've ever had candied grape before. This is a very kawaii store. What fun things shall we talk about today? So kawaii. Super kawaii. Get this instead of a Chanel flap, guys. Look at this. Adorable. They also have a lot of cat cafes here, and look, you can get a cat latte. Very cute. Candy A Go Go. Huge candy store. Amazing. Oh my gosh, are you guys guessing which Spice Girl I would be? That is hilarious. Okay. Joaquin says Alina would be Sporty Spice. Rob says I would be Ginger. Interesting take. Baby was my favorite, but of course I think Baby was everybody's favorite at 8 years old. I mean, she is super cute. I don't know who I'd be actually. You guys actually chose, maybe I would. Would I be Ginger? Because I was about to say, I mean, I am kind of sporty, but I'm not that sporty. Ginger was just kind of like the really, like, out there one, very opinionated, and I don't know which Spice Girl I would be. That's so funny. I never considered that. That is funny. All right. Oh, okay, this store is fun, and I actually bought 2 super crazy outfits that I think must still be packed away somewhere in the suitcases that I left with my parents. I bought, like literal Harajuku outfits the first times that I visited here to Tokyo. Where I thought I was going to wear those is beyond me, but I did end up wearing them for Halloween and to Harajuku while I was staying here. But I literally got those kinds of outfits where I actually had a plaid red dress with the whole underskirt to make it huge. I think I paid $100 back in the day. Totally random purchase, but I guess I was obsessed back then, so somewhere I still think I have that outfit. Yeah. This place I know you're not supposed to take videos of, so I'm not gonna get too close, but I'm gonna zoom in anyway. Look at these outfits. These are absolutely amazing. That's where you go if you want a really crazy outfit. Pretty cool. Ooh, the cotton candy that they have here is also really fun. It almost looks like a floating rainbow cloud thing. Yeah, it must be some kind of school trips happening here or something. So many students here, when usually, I mean, they should be in school, right? Golden Week is done, but I guess these guys must be out on a school trip. What in the world is this? Long, longer, longest. That could be taken in a lot of different ways. Oh my gosh. So they have some kind of chips, they have ice cream, and they have some kind of churro thing, I think. Oh, and so that's why they call it that. So yeah, 35 centimeters, 42, 52. And it has the different prices. Okay. Oh my gosh, Harajuku cheese dog. Okay, that would be delicious, but probably your day's worth of calories in one thing. So I don't know if that would be worth it, but that is pretty fun. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, and this shop, I've seen this one. I actually didn't know where it was. So, okay, do you guys see the, let me zoom in, the rainbow sandwich? They dye the cheese somehow. I don't know how they do it. That is so crazy. Garlic butter potato rolls, a rainbow cheese corn dog. What the hell? What weird menu items, but like kind of want to try it. Okay, I have seen those before. Capsule toy shop. This is all, let's see something weird and let's see if tourists will eat it. Well, of course, 100% it is, but it's the perfect place for that sort of thing. This is absolutely the kind of place where those kinds of products will do very, very well. Oh my gosh, look at this. Oh, it's kind of adorable. It's like a shark shirt, and these are, oh my god, I love it. Okay, I kind of love this. This is kind of adorable. I would wear this. That is amazing. Oh my god. Oh, there's a puppy cafe. Because, you know, it's very expensive to have a pet in Japan, so it's quite common to go to like a cat or dog cafe to just be able to spend some time with cute animals. Of course, you have to pay like a little extra fee for the honor, but as long as they take good care of the animals, I'm fine with that. And the crepe lines are already starting.
That's where you're going, right?
Howard says it's so strange that Meiji Shrine is next door. Yes, it is. And that's technically where I was considering going next. What do you guys think? Would you want to see the Meiji Shrine? It's kind of like within this large park. And it'll probably take an extra like 15 minutes, or should we just end things off here at the end of Harajuku, since we have been going, I think, for almost 2 hours already with that other stream combined. So this has already been a pretty long stream. Let's see here.
旅客们，这里是摄影区，招揽以及于路上等待顾客是区条例中禁止的行为。
Really need a drink though here sometime. It is so hot today. Alright, well, 2 people so far have said they want to visit the shrine, so sure, we can do that, guys. Just have to go back up the hill and then towards the entrance to get there. And then I will be grabbing some lunch and a drink. I wonder if there's actually maybe a vending machine here somewhere to get a bottle of water. Let's see here. This is Harajuku Station, JR station. And then there's also a metro line station just over there that goes underground. This is a really good place to go to if you want to shop specifically Japanese beauty products, but they also, I think, have some stuff from, you know, other Asian countries and also Western countries as well. But fantastic beauty shop. Really fun stuff. Could spend all day here. Then there's a pretty good Uniqlo up here. I think I mentioned this before, but Uniqlo is about, I'd say even 30% less than the prices that I see in Canada because of the taxes as well, right? So if you like Uniqlo, definitely buy lots of it in Japan because it's less expensive. But the caveat being that, of course, the sizes are Asian sizes. So once again, if you're taller or bigger, there's not going to be that much stuff that fits you. So that's the only negative. Aw. Thank you so much to Harriet, Jim, and Yuki for the super chat. Get yourself a drink in the vending machine. Thank you so much, guys. I think I have to because, yeah, I'm quite thirsty because I got up at 8 today after being woken up in the middle of the night with that earthquake, and it was a rush to get ready, and all I had time for this morning was just like shoving an onigiri down my throat and grabbing a quick coffee. I actually haven't had like a proper drink of water this whole day, and it's already noon, so I really need some water here. Thank you so much to Jim Ross. So kind of you. Thanks again for the walk and talk. They are always the best. Maybe this will cover a beverage and lunch. Despite the tech issues, I enjoyed this. Thank you so much as always, Jim. That absolutely will cover my lunch. Thank you. I will be doing just that as soon as the stream is over. And so here, actually, while we're walking to the shrine, what do you guys think? Would you want me to keep trying to figure out Streamlabs? Because yes, the video quality will for sure be better, and it would be great if I could find it work, but I really don't like having these big kind of interruptions where, you know, it just stops working and the signal was just not connecting at all, causing me to just shut down that stream and then we lose like 100 or 200 people just like that. Or should I just keep streaming here on YouTube, but then the quality isn't as good? If only YouTube would like freaking change that. Let me know in the comments what you think. So here we are. We are just outside of Meiji Shrine Park. This big, beautiful wooden gate marks the entrance. And this is actually quite a large area. If you go in that direction, that actually leads to Yoyogi Park, which is more of a, you know, I don't know if it's a weird way to describe it, but more of a regular park where, you know, there's benches, trees, places for kids to play. This park, you kind of are able to like walk around in, but it's mainly one major path that takes you to the shrine. And then there's also beautiful botanical gardens that you pay to enter. So it's not so much like a regular park, but it's really, really beautiful as well. Black Impala says having the better signal so you can actually stream kind of is more important. Yeah, I agree. I like YouTube. It's good and consistent. Okay. Yeah, because great quality doesn't mean much if the stream doesn't work. David says whatever works best overall. Rob says experiment. Alina, I would tell them the issues it's having and see if they reply, including the flip feature delay. Yeah, for sure. I think I'm going to write an email to both Streamlabs and YouTube. To Streamlabs, I'll say, you know, like, why are you having, you know, signal cuts within your app when the connection is fine. Otherwise, like, is that just a glitch today, or is that a constant issue you guys have? And also the flip screen thing, though I did kind of figure out how to do that better. And then with YouTube, I will 100% tell them, like, it's about time you guys need to step up your quality game, because everything else is fantastic. If they would just up their quality, it would be the perfect platform for streaming. So I agree. Yeah. Jim says it's the quality that is Alina that attracts your audience. What you use to accomplish that doesn't matter to me. Well, thank you so much, Jim. Oh, interesting. Steve G says YouTube is apparently best for the kind of live stream you do. Picture quality is better on replay. Really? Interesting. Huh. Yeah, well, thank you for your input, guys. I think I need to, reach out to both platforms and ask them about the issues that I had today. But maybe, you know, if YouTube doesn't up their quality, I try Streamlabs again, maybe like 1 or 2 more times max, because I really don't like having to start a stream and losing all of the people that were on the original one. But worst case scenario, at least YouTube is consistent, so at least that. Aw, thank you so much, Vin. Yeah, haven't seen you in a while. Thank you so much. Hello, Alina. It's been a long time. Finally got a chance to see your live stream because it's been a while. Thank you for coming out, Vin. And yeah, glad we are able to be on the platform at the same time. Thank you so much for the very generous super chat. That is so kind of you. Hope you are doing fantastic. Great to see you. Well, at least after I finished that other stream, that, you know, some people did end up coming and figured out that I had started a new one. Now there's 150 people, but I think the max that we had on the other one was like 250 or something like that. So it is what it is. I'm so glad that we were able to do this today, and I get to spend my second last full day in Tokyo with you guys. Tonight I'm actually meeting up with my friend Zhenya and gonna hang out with her. It's been so lovely to have this month and a half with friends here. And then tomorrow's gonna be a busy day where, I need to pack my bags. I need to clean the room in my apartment before my inspection on Saturday, because I got to get my deposit back. And all the loose ends that I have in Tokyo, I have to get all of that figured out tomorrow. So wish me luck, guys. Wish me luck. Let's see here. It is a bit of a walk to the shrine, but we will make it there. Yes, Naive, this stream is live. It is live right now. Thank you very much to Kappa Man and David. My pleasure. Nightcrawler says it would be nice, the video of your return home in the air. If you mean it would be nice that I film a video of my trip back to Canada, yes, I will be filming that, absolutely. Because also, let me flip here. So my flight is actually going to be an interesting route that I have never done before, because it is a new route. I don't know if you guys know, but WestJet flies direct now from Calgary to Tokyo. They started, I think, in maybe just like 6 months ago. Like, it hasn't been going on for that long, but that is so convenient, because before it was only Air Canada that flew to Tokyo, and you'd always have to stop over in Vancouver. And originally I thought the price was going to be too high for me, and I was going to go ahead and book Air Canada. It was about like $1,200, but all out of nowhere, WestJet had a sale, and I was able to get my one-way flight back to Calgary for $750. Exciting. So that is the flight that I am taking to get back to Calgary. So I'll do a video vlog showing that experience because I've never done an international long haul trip with WestJet before. So that should be interesting. Thank you so much for moderating, Jim. I really appreciate it. I gave you and Rahul powers since you guys are always on here, which I greatly appreciate. Not at all saying you have to come to every stream, but if you happen to be on the stream and if you see any inappropriate comments, since I trust you guys, I gave you moderator powers because sometimes, you know, we get some crazies on here, but overall, not too bad this time around. All right. I love Canada, corner gas and Letterkenny forever. Yes, that is very Canadian, very Canadian. So this is interesting. I guess these are wine barrels that they've had here. Okay, interesting, but more interesting is the sake barrels across the way. These look pretty cool, don't they? It says, during the Meiji era, Emperor Meiji, whose divine soul is enshrined here at Meiji Jingu, led the industrial growth and modernization of Japan by encouraging various industries and supporting technological development. Huh. Very cool. All right, let's continue on here. Let's see here. Wasi asks, kind of huge earthquake shook Tokyo early morning. Were you scared? Yeah, I talked about this at the beginning of my stream, but for anybody who just joined, yeah, we actually had a fairly significant earthquake this morning. And yes, I guess I was technically scared, but since it happened in the middle of the night, I mean, I like felt the bed shaking. I woke up kind of like in a daze, but within like I'd say 20-30 seconds from what I remember, it did stop. So it wasn't too bad and I was able to go back to bed, but it definitely woke me up. All right, so we go through here. One thing I'll say about this stream on YouTube here today, though, is at least it hasn't, well, maybe I shouldn't speak too soon, but it hasn't been buffering as much as it usually does on a stream, right? Usually at some point it will totally disconnect and go off, and then maybe 30 seconds later it comes back on, but it hasn't done that at all on this stream today. So that's actually quite impressive. If I remember correctly, on this left-hand side where that little sign is the gardens that you pay to get into. I went in them, well, probably 10 years ago, quite a while ago. They are quite beautiful. I think it costs about $4 or $5 or something to get in, which, you know, they obviously put towards the maintenance, so it's totally worth it. But yeah, it was a very beautiful garden, so I recommend you guys check that out if you are in this area. But to go to the main shrine is free, so let us go down there, and that's where we will end the stream. And it's probably going to be at the 90-minute mark when we do. So to combine that with how long my Streamlabs stream was, I think that was almost an hour. So holy heck, today I think I have streamed for almost 2.5 hours. That is a Lord of the Rings movie. That is a Lord of the Rings without the extended edition kind of movie. We'll see if maybe someday I will do an extended edition at about 3.5 hours. I would definitely need to be carrying water on me if I was to do that. There is the main shrine right up ahead. There's actually a lot of people that get married here at the Meiji Shrine. If I'm not mistaken, I think this was where my friend Zhenya and her husband got married, like their traditional Japanese wedding. I'm pretty sure I remember seeing the pictures that they were here. So I also see a lot of other couples who, you know, have their whole wedding party walking through this area as well. So popular place for that. Thank you so much, Jim, Harriet, and Yuki. I'm glad the quality, this time on YouTube has been great. I guess it was the stream gods giving me a break after the Streamlabs issues. They're like, here you go, no issues with the YouTube platform today for you. So very nice of them. Unlike in Shinjuku, remember when we were in Shinjuku, how many issues I had? I think that was the host gods being unhappy with the way I was talking about them. It's so peaceful here. Architecture is absolutely beautiful. Let me actually... Look at the doors. And here we are. Here we are, friends, in the beautiful Meiji Shrine. So peaceful. Well, we have made it, my friends. An epic but slightly chaotic last live stream here in Tokyo. It has been an absolute pleasure showing you all around my favorite city in the world. I know I will be back, and I'm excited to bring you guys along and show you some other parts of Japan. I think the next trip that I would do, I really would like to come in the fall, because that is my favorite season to visit, to see the leaf changing season. And then once it turns into winter, I would love to go up north, like to Hokkaido and all of that. I think that would be absolutely spectacular. Actually, now that I think about it, oh my God, I just had such an enlightened idea, maybe because I'm in the shrine here. Okay, what do you guys think of this? So probably like this winter, I probably will go to Southeast Asia again, just because, you know, my dad's probably going to spend the winter there again. And there were some places, you know, that I missed, like Laos and, you know, some of the other places in the countries that I visited in Southeast Asia that I'd like to see again. And because, to be honest, you know, I don't really want to go to South America just yet again. I'm still a little bit shaken up after Colombia. I don't think I'm emotionally quite ready for that again, but I will be back, you know, in the future, maybe just not by myself. But I think I'd like to go to Southeast Asia again for the winter, to go somewhere hot. Then maybe, I don't know, come back to Canada again, repack my stuff, and then next year, the summer, we spend in maybe even Western Europe, that I've never done before, and then Eastern Europe for the summer, and then end of summer to the fall, go to Central Asia, because that would be the most ideal time to go there. And then for the winter, or like end of fall into the winter, I come to Japan. Would that not be the most perfect trip? Okay, I have to write that down, because that actually, like, because it's to time it, right? It's to time it for what time of the year is best for what I want to do. As long as obviously I could get tickets that are reasonably priced between those places. But wow, that would actually be a perfect itinerary. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm gonna leave my stream on that. I hope you guys enjoyed this time here in Tokyo. Keep a lookout for more videos from Japan coming in this next month. Follow me on Instagram if you want to see in this next week the very cool trip that I am unexpectedly doing in Canada. It's definitely going to be a first for me, what I'm doing, so stay tuned for that. Oh, Vin, thank you so much. That is so kind of you. Thank you for the generous super chat. I was born in Laos, would love to see that live stream. Have a safe trip wherever it is. Thank you so much. That's fantastic. I might have to ask you for some suggestions, because I say that Laos, yeah, is especially important to me now, because my friend Kaya, who I met up with here in Japan, you guys will see her in a future video. She went to Laos, and oh my God, when I saw her pictures, I'm like, why did I miss it? Like, I'm so glad I went to Cambodia, obviously, but it was kind of one or the other, you know, just with the timing that I had. And so now I absolutely want to go to Laos. It looks so cool. So maybe this winter I will make that happen. So thank you so much, Vin. Thank you all so much for coming. Thank you so much to my moderators. Thank you for everybody for finding me on this new stream. We're gonna, you know, try and get things figured out with both YouTube and Streamlabs. But actually just want to let you know that it will probably be a whole month until my next stream. I guess I actually didn't mention that, because I don't want to be streaming from Canada while I still have you know, Japan content going up. I think that would be a little bit confusing for people, and it would kind of, you know, mess up the flow of things. So I'm probably not going to be live for a whole month until my Japan content is all done. But when I am, hopefully it will be great quality, and it will most likely be from Calgary, Alberta. So I will see you guys then. Sending you lots of love, and as always, keep being your own kind of beautiful. Bye guys.